Yes. I'm Mark from Mount Maunganui, New Zealand. I am 39 years old.
Okay, and you come from a family with a lot of water history, and you did a lot of water sports when you were younger, yeah?
Yeah. So my granddad was in New Zealand's first surf lifesaving team, and my dad and uncle and brother all represented surf lifesaving as well. All represented New Zealand in surf lifesaving. So I was, forced into it, and I learnt to body surf before I could swim, or before I could ride a bike.
Yep, so that progressed into a lot of water sports growing up for you at a youth level?
Yeah, so I swam competitively through high school, and but I really didn't enjoy it as a sport. I didn't enjoy the competing side of it. I used it as a means for an end for surf lifesaving. I wasn't as good as some of my competitors, so I pivoted towards water polo, where I got to wrestle and fight a little bit more.
Okay, so you got to a pretty high level of water polo, I know that. What happened? At what age were you?
Yeah, so when I was 20, I was representing New Zealand at the Water Polo World Champs in Long Beach, and for most of my life I had been diagnosed with bronchitis because of a feeling of breathlessness. There was a time. There was almost like a tipping point where all of a sudden I couldn't swim a length or two without almost going faint. So yeah, I was really quite sick while I was over there. When I came back to New Zealand, I had all the scans once I got back to the hospital, and they found a cyst on the back of my heart, attached to the back of my heart, which was the size of an apple, 10 by 6 centimeters, and was choking my aorta. It was a reasonably complex surgery, and someone had a pretty bad day at the office, and there was a cascade of mistakes which killed me. I was dead for 10 minutes on the operating table, but they brought me back, and but I was told I wouldn't walk or talk again. My parents were asked if they could turn off the life support, but Mum said that the doctors don't know me, and they don't know what I'm capable of, and that I'll come back. So yeah,
Okay,
thanks, Mum.
So you're dead on the table, and you've come back.
Yeah.
The life support hasn't been pulled. How long was recovery? What effect has it had on you, and when did you get next in the water?
The recovery is ongoing. Everything I do is I'm thinking about my rehab. So whether I'm swimming or talking to people, or body surfing, or at the gym, or even working, reading, I see it as a form of rehab. But after my brain injury, I was in a rehab centre for 3 or 4 months. Live-in one, which was an old psych ward, which was a pretty miserable time in my life. But I had support of friends and family, which carried me through.
So how long till you were able to have the confidence to get in the water again?
I was brought back into the water in a swimming pool with a physio on hand, but also had a New Zealand swimming legend also there. Daniel Loader was there, kind of, helping me a little bit. Doing that swimming reawakens the muscle memory, and I got back into the movements pretty quickly, quite a lot more easily rather, compared to walking and running and whatnot. In terms of swimming in the surf, I think it would have been close to a year, because of the seasons in New Zealand. You don't really want to get into the ocean for a casual dip over winter.
So back in the water and you were back catching waves. Okay, excellent. We didn't really know each other, but we ended up on a trip together last year. How did that come about? And why did you come?
One of the friends that was there for me every day, and I can probably say honestly every day while I was in this live-in rehab centre, now lives over in Australia and is a mutual friend of both of ours. And I went over there for his wedding, and you and I met briefly there. But last year we, I think Jono, you, Peter, and my mutual friend kind of worked out that I needed a bit of a R&R and time to kind of reset. So he invited me along to this trip to Indonesia.
Okay. Clearly you had a pretty good time. So why are you coming again this year? When I brought it up, you jumped on board.
Mm-hmm. So this last trip over to Indonesia, there's a handful of us. There's 7 of us, and it was the relationships between us all. There was no clickiness. There was no in groups or out groups. There's just everyone just got on like a house on fire. And on top of that, the weather was near perfect almost every day. The surf was near perfect almost every day, and I can't really give up another opportunity to do that.
But you nearly haven't made it on this year's trip, have you? Something else happened to you, yeah?
Yeah. So in November, I got elective surgery on my wrist to clear up some arthritis and shave off a bone spur. And yeah, it all went well. It's all apparently. But because I use this left hand a lot more than my right, I wasn't resting it enough, so it was getting sorer and sorer, and I was pretty certain I had broken my arm. But on Christmas Eve, I went into the hospital to get it looked at, and this surgery, there was a month that happened a month prior, had a bit of infection in it, which had spread, and so I had an emergency surgery that afternoon, and then another washout 2 days later, and then a third washout 2 days after that. And it's kind of my hubris for getting another elective surgery. Yeah, so it's I'm doing a lot of exercise to get my the strength back. You know, I couldn't move my fingers or wrist whatsoever for a few weeks, and yes, I'm really focusing on that, making sure I'm going out for a play in the ocean, or go for a swim most days. I'm yet to go out with a hand plane though. I'm a little bit nervous about that, but I'll be there with you, Pete.
Question. Okay, it's going to be a bigger crew this year with people from everywhere. But what else? What are you looking forward to most this year? Like the trip. What are you looking forward to most?
There's a lot that I'm really looking forward to. The place is paradise, you know. The surf's ideal. The weather, the temperature, it's phenomenal. But also meeting other people who are like-minded, and just there for a laugh and have a bit of enjoy themselves for a week or 2 or 3.
Yeah, well, thank you. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the trip. It's going to be epic. I look forward to meeting you in Kuala Lumpur Airport.
I will see you there, mate.